Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dung Beetle Safari round 2. I swear we got a good spot this time.
Safari.
So as nearly as I can tell, they come from up behind us down the road from some dung they find, and they get stuck because they kind of get stuck in the road and they wind up in the cattle guard.
All right, let's talk about this. Andrew and I have both had really important people hit that golden year retirement age, or they're almost to that golden year's retirement age, and get really sick. And it has been eye-opening for us and limiting for them. I want to do it while I'm able-bodied and I can hike and I can explore and I can really like make a memory. Okay, be brave. I find talking about money really uncomfortable, but we've had some questions and people want to know about our budget and people want to know how we manage this lifestyle. So I'm going to get into that today and share some of that with you. I am not a financial advisor. This is just how we use our resources. I don't really think I have to say anything more than that. Let's get started. Our budget. Here we go. I budget $400 a month to feed Andrew. That's $100 a week. He eats a lot. That is what it is. We pay $250 a month for various insurances. Health insurance, car insurance, Airstream insurance. That's what we pay. Our second largest category is internet and communications. We pay $40 for 2 business iPad plans, and I budget a miscellaneous internet category for $150 specifically for Starlink, which we carry, we've never had to use. But I made that decision to buy the dish in advance just in case. We run an internet-based business. We absolutely need to have options when it comes to internet. Cell phones. Also in the communications bucket. We pay those annually. I pay $360 for an unlimited plan with 10 gigs of hotspot data for myself, and I do the same for Andrew. I pay it once a year in January. It's not a monthly line item, but you know, who doesn't have a cell phone these days? Okay, home repairs. As we wander, we break all kinds of things. So I budget $100 a month on average. Most months we don't use it because Andrew has a bunch of parts kicking around, but I do budget $100 a month for fiddly little repairs. Propane. Propane's variable, it's a consumable, so we budget about $60 a month, but if I'm in the Northeast in New England and I know there's going to be snow coming the next couple of weeks or months, or it's going to be really cold, which I try not to do, but I up that budget. Our budget is very fluid. Okay, Dreamboat. As you know, Dreamboat is my beloved project. We've had to pause that project. We haven't sold him yet. No decisions have been made. If we do sell him, let's say for, I'll just pick a number out of the air. Let's just say we sold Dreamboat for $10,000. That only removes 2 months of what we're trying to put on the student loans. And we're trying to decide cost-benefit analysis if that's really worth it. Okay, Dreamboat costs us $75 a month to store. Laundry. Laundry is a highly variable thing for us. Here in Texas, it costs us $20 per trip to wash all the things. But in Moab, it costs us $60 for 1 trip to wash all the things. So I budget for that depending on our location. Streaming and entertainment. We don't really do a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's actually really hard on the gate to spend time and coordinate our time to sit down and watch movies or play video games or that kind of stuff. So I do budget for that. I budget $16 for Netflix, $17 for Spotify, $10 a month for Prime, and I have an $8 Apple Care plan for a phone. The catch-all category for us is $300. It's a miscellaneous category. When you need a new pair of shoes, or you need a plunger for your toilet, or, no, that would have been home repair. The $300 category, I have a category called MISC. It's $300. It's a catch-all for new clothes, or an item, extra groceries, whatever. It's just $300 slush that most months we don't spend. But we have it. It's planned for just in case we need it. This does not include our emergency fund. I have 6 months expenses as an emergency fund set aside in an account for emergencies. We don't touch it. We don't look at it. And no, Andrew, a new drone is not an emergency.
But we have extra money in the budget.
No, we don't. All right. Fuel. Gas is our biggest expense when we're traveling and like campgrounds and stuff. And that's highly variable. Here on the gate, we budget $200 a month, but we only spend $50. So there's that. When we were camping in Virginia for a while, we paid $500 a month for a campground, and we still only spent $50 a month in fuel. When we were traveling to Yellowstone last year with mom and dad, we spent a ton of money on gas, but I had planned for it and I knew it was coming, and so I just budgeted out what I thought the average gas price would be, where gas is cheaper and more expensive, and we just averaged it. I saved up that amount of money, and then I added about 20% to that, and that's our budget. Our total our total every month is $1,600.66. You add $1,000 for our student loans, that's $2,666, and we still end up with not spending all of that. That's how we pay for these things. That's how we live this life, and those are the numbers. So total, Andrew and I need, with a lot of like extras, on average $2,666 a month, and everything that we make above and beyond that, we are trying to put on the student loans. And there you have it.
So Shanna's just gone through our budget, and essentially we're using that as a framework to understand what we need to do for a work camping job to make sure we're making enough to make progress on the student loans. Right now, that's kind of dictating what our choices are, and I'm pretty optimistic we're gonna find something that's gonna work for us. Filming.
So, Andrew doesn't want me to use the word boring, but you guys find the details of how we're doing this in our daily life to be interesting or boring? Do you want more of it, less of it? We're still doing the projects, we're still completing the work. Are you pretending to be a drone?
Maybe a little.
Do you want some noises?
You're not very good at that.
I am so. Anyway, without all the extra like cushioning in our budget, the $300 miscellaneous, the $150 Starlink that we've never spent, extra for groceries, that kind of stuff, our expenses are actually closer to $1,100 a month. If I cut out like all the streaming and stuff, I could even get it even lower. We could really even squeeze more. I don't think we really have to, and I think we can make really good progress, but it really depends on what we are going to be able to find for another work camping job.
Still hearing back from people?
I'm pretty optimistic, honestly, after what you've said. I sleep through all of this stuff. I sleep through the whole thing.
But there's definitely some stuff out there, and yeah. So we're really hoping to gain on another work camping situation over the summer is that we'll still be able to maintain a pace on eBay, even though we're working full-time elsewhere.
Now, eBay is seasonal, so it's notoriously slow during the summer months when people are on vacation and they're spending time with their families and they're not inside shopping. Where we end up sending more of our like stuff is where it's really hot, like Texas or Arizona.
Where people are stuck inside, they tend to buy more over the summer. It's a strange thing, but we just kind of have to plan for it, know it's going to happen, and we'll be okay. Will you let me put my dung beetle footage at the end of this?
You have dung beetle footage?
I do.
You went on a dung beetle safari without me? Uncool.
I had to find a good spot.
Uncool dung beetle safari.
I didn't want to lead you into the woods for no reason.
Listen, okay? Unreal. Unreal. You see that? You went on a dung beetle safari without me.
Cool stuff.
Rude.
Okay, so we got 2 right here. We got another 2 there.
They're stuck in the cattle guard.
They're stuck in the cattle guard, yeah.
How are we going to help them?
I don't know. I think they're just trying to bury them there because that's where they are.